Do you smell that? You don't smell that? Oh, that's right. You don't have smell-o-vision. Well, I'm going to guess that at times your sense of smell is your worst enemy, especially if you bought a Chinese-made laser cutter and engraver and you're using it home, in your workshop, in your bedroom. I'm going to guess you bought that laser cutter and engraver and it's driving you crazy because you cut some wood, you cut some acrylic, and it smells bad. I'm going to show you today how to fix that because I've got one, I'm going to upgrade it, and we're going to solve that problem. One using some traditional methods, and one we're going to use a method at the end. I'll tell you about it. It's a special trick that I've got that you've never heard about, so stick around to the end because I'm going to tell you how to get rid of the smell if you've already got a smell from days, weeks, months, years of cutting in your house, your garage, your living room, wherever it might be. So stick around to the end. I'll give you the tip that you can't afford to miss. You may recall that I purchased a Chinese-made laser cutter and engraver from a guy who never could figure out how to use it. He had screwed it up, it wasn't working right, and I decided to fix everything that was wrong, make a YouTube video about my process, and as part of that, I wanted to upgrade a lot of things. Not just fix it, but upgrade it. My guess is if you've got any kind of a laser, whether it's, well, they're all made in China, I guess, but if no matter what brand you've got, if you bought a $20,000 cutter and engraver or you bought a $3,000 cutter and engraver, when you cut wood or acrylic or one of the many things that we're capable of cutting or engraving, it stinks. It stinks a lot. And you may have it in your garage, you may have it in a building, a workshop, but it stinks. And we have these big fans that, you know, exhaust it outside and try to push it outside. Unfortunately, in my situation, I don't have an easy way to exhaust those fumes. I'm in a building that has solid concrete reinforced walls. It's not easy to punch a hole in it. So what I've got is a roof vent that was unused from something before, and I exhaust it out that way. But I still get those fumes, I still get the smell, I still get the smoke. So one of the things that you can do to eliminate that is to seal up the gaps in the machines that we have. All of them coming from China, it doesn't matter from who, have rather large gaps in the cabinetry, in the metalwork. And if this was Detroit, they would never put up with this. If this was a car, it would have to be much better quality. But it's a Chinese cheap laser machine and it doesn't matter, they think. Well, we can fix a lot of that by going to Amazon and buying weather stripping. Most of this is made for cars. I mean, even Detroit isn't perfect. So when they don't get it quite right, when they have a gap that they can't seal up, they use rubber products to seal that. So I went on Amazon, bought a whole bunch of different ones, and we're going to seal up my machine. Now, that said, oh, I also bought some rubber. We will need that. So that said, we're going to have to leave some openings to direct the airflow so that it comes in the machine and goes out the exhaust. And we'll talk about that. We've got to leave some openings, and we need to be somewhat scientific. We need to be somewhat careful about how we direct that flow because there's ways to do it and ways that we don't. So let's step back and take a look at what I did, what I'm going to do with you, and I'll show you how to make this a much better machine. And stick around to the end because I've got a tip that you've never heard, you've never seen. I'm going to talk about a device that you've never heard of probably that will solve the problem if you've already got smoke odor or any kind of odor in your room from the cutting and engraving process. I'm going to show you how to get rid of it. Let's take a look at what I purchased on our favorite place, Amazon. You're going to need probably some scissors, and I've got a utility knife, one of these really super sharp things. You may or may not need that, but you know, I use this all the time for cutting everything, and they're very handy. What I did is I went on Amazon and I ordered a bunch of different sizes, and I've gone through them, and without boring you, these seem to be ones that will be appropriate for my use. We've got one that is wider, and it's rubber, and this is similar to something you would find on a car, of course. And we can use that for bigger gaps. So if we have some place, for example, where the door closes, there's a pretty big gap in here, maybe we'll use it there. And we'll just have to kind of determine what we're going to need. And I can't give you a list of things that you're going to need because every one of these machines is different. So you probably need to look at yours, go to Amazon, try to figure out what you're going to need in terms of size. And this stuff is cheap. You're not going to spend a lot of money here. I mean, you spent thousands of dollars on your laser. Why not spend another, you know, $50, $75 and buy a whole variety of this stuff, and you know, you'll have some left over that'll go probably thrown in the trash, but you'll be able to fix it, and you're not going to get that smoke smell. So just, you know, look at your machine, decide what you might need. This is what I thought I needed, and as I said, I bought a variety of sizes. Some of them it comes with like an extra little thing of tape, and by the way, these all have tape on the bottom, so you can just tape it right on there. I mean, it's so easy to apply, and it's very sticky. They're pretty big rolls. This is not like just some little bit. I mean, if this particular size here would fit my machine on every gap and every opening, this would be plenty to do the whole machine. They sometimes come with extra tape, so if you screw something up or you want to sort of double tape it, I guess, you've got extra tape. This one obviously is a bit thinner. It's a different shape, but again, this is something you'd see like on a car. This would seal a fairly thin gap. And this, let's look at this one. This is more or less the same thing as the last one. It's wider, however, and in this case, it looks the same, but it's a slightly different shape. I don't know if you can see this, if it's going to focus or not, but it's got a different shape. It's wider, so this may work in some places where the one here is not going to work. We'll just have to experiment and try. And then lastly, I bought this kind of rubber gasket. Also has the same kind of tape, but it's rubber. And it's a nice rubber. You could probably throw it in the laser and engrave something on it. I don't know. It'd probably be useful for something else. If you have a hole in your shoe, maybe it'll fix that. But this would be for filling other gaps. For example, maybe here, maybe we've got something, maybe our machine is made such that the lid comes down and is going to hit here. Perfect for that. It's going to fill any gap you'd have in a place like that. And that's why I've got it, because I've got some places where I think it will work out well. So I'm not going to bore you with going through and doing this entire machine. Through the magic of television, we're going to skip to the end. I'll show you sort of a before. We'll turn on the laser. I'm going to burn some wood with the exhaust fans on, kind of show you what it looks like. You'll probably see maybe some smoke coming out the top. And then we'll do it afterward, and you'll see the difference. And I can promise you that there is a difference, or there will be a difference once we're finished. So let's skip forward, and as I said, don't forget to stick around to the end, because I'm going to give you a tip for a way to get rid of any existing smell. So sit back, relax, let's do this machine. Should take just, in TV time, it's going to take seconds. In real time, it's probably going to take me an hour. In any case, you can't seal up everything. What we're trying to do is get the major gaps sealed up, and we do have to have some places where there is a gap so we can get some airflow. Most of it comes in down through the bottom, down below the tray, but some gaps are just, they're okay, and we'll never get those sealed up. Okay, now's the moment of truth. The laser's turned on, the chiller's turned on, compressors are on, everything's up and running. We're going to close the lid, hit start, and you'll just have to trust me as to whether we smell more or less smoke. Same file, same speed, same power. So here we go. Hope you can hear that. It's nice and tight. There it goes. Now that we want to look to see if there's any smoke coming out of here. Before we had wisps of smoke, and I don't know if you can see on this. Yeah, I think you can see it on the camera. The overhead's picking it up. You can see how much smoke's coming off here, and we've got flame. I don't have much air assist turned on. I've got a lot of power. You know, it's pretty much just burning it and creating lots of smoke down there. Can I smell anything yet? No. It's truly amazing. I thought I would. I thought I would definitely smell a little bit. I'm getting a little bit of whiff of something here. No, it's actually not from there. You know, it's coming from down below in the exhaust vent. I don't have a tight connection on my exhaust vent, and I'm getting some leakage down there. So I'm going to work on that, but I think around here, I don't think we've got any smoke coming out. I think we've got pretty much great flow. And any smell that's coming out, smoke smell, I think is coming from the exhaust. I mean, I've got to be honest, I'm pleasantly surprised. I didn't think it would work quite this well. And it took me 3 hours? I don't know. Wasn't long. So, I'm going to call that a success. If I were you, I'd spend the 3 hours to get rid of that smoke smell. I'm very happy with how it turned out. Now, that said, I told you at the beginning of the video that I'm going to show you how to eliminate any smoke odor. If you still have some, if you have some in the room left over from previous burns, don't go away. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And this is what you need to get rid of any smoke odor in your room. I've had this for at least 20 years. It is a commercial ozone generator. Ozone is a special form of oxygen. Normal oxygen would be O2. This creates O3. And you've smelled it before. After a thunderstorm, when you get that crisp, clean, kind of special smell, that's ozone you're smelling. And we used this in a commercial project many years ago. I still have it. If I get a lot of smoke smell, I will turn this on overnight. It will eliminate any smell. I paid a lot of money for this. I think it was about $700 20 years ago. They are available on Amazon for a lot less money. You don't want to operate it while you're in the room because it will give you a headache. I found that out many years ago. It will also eliminate mold. It's great for that. Any kind of organic odor. I don't know about the health benefits. I'm not going to certify or testify to anything. I would say that if you are pregnant or you're thinking about getting pregnant, I would not be using one of these. And the reason for that is I can guarantee you if you use one of these, a commercial or even a not commercial ozone generator, it will cause your children to be born naked. No doubt about it. They will be born naked. So there you go. That's it for today. Our next episode, we're going to unbox a 3D printer and we're going to use it to create some parts to upgrade our laser machine. And we'll go through that and we're going to add some more things, and we've got some exciting things coming up. If you like this, if you learned anything, if we made any change in your life through the modifications we made, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I need the subscribers. If you want to keep me going, like and subscribe. Thanks, and have a great day.